What if I told you that the average person now spends over 6,000 hours a year in front of screens? That's more than 2/3 of your waking life, not counting sleep, not counting moments you wish you'd remembered. So let me ask you, if time is your most limited resource, why do you treat it like it's infinite? We like to think we're in control, that we'll get to the important things later, that we have time to create, to love, to pursue meaning. But here's the truth. Most people aren't living. They're waiting. Waiting for the weekend. Waiting to feel ready. Waiting for life to finally begin. The Stoics and many of their philosophical descendants would call that a tragedy in slow motion. Most people don't waste their lives in dramatic ways. It's not one big decision. It's the thousands of small ones. The hours lost to scrolling through people we'll never meet. The dreams postponed by the lie of not now. The conversations avoided. The talents buried. The callings ignored. Musonius Rufus warned not of death, but of the steady corrosion of purpose. He wrote, "We must train the soul as athletes train their bodies, not someday, but every day. Yet instead we train ourselves to tolerate mediocrity, to numb ourselves with distraction, to confuse movement with meaning. And here's the cost. Each moment wasted is a moment you will never get back." Pierre Hadot, a man who spent his life decoding ancient wisdom, said that true philosophy wasn't about reading or writing. It was about learning how to live. When you neglect your time, you dilute your presence. You become a shadow in your own story. The modern mind is noisy, restless, fragmented, and so we wonder why we feel anxious, unfulfilled, and vaguely disconnected. But maybe the problem isn't that life is meaningless. Maybe it's that we haven't slowed down enough to ask what it means. Hierocles taught that we exist within ever-widening circles of care, starting with ourselves. But how can you care for your soul when you don't give it space to breathe? We've lost the art of deliberate living. We've mistaken urgency for importance. And slowly, invisibly, the clock keeps ticking. I want to tell you something personal. Years ago, I caught myself saying the same phrase over and over again. I'll do it when things calm down. I said it about a creative project I cared about, a trip I never took, a hard conversation I avoided. Then one night, in the middle of an ordinary drive, I noticed a man in the car next to me, lit by the blue glow of his phone, dead-eyed, hypnotized, and I realized that was me, alive, breathing, but not truly here. Michel de Montaigne once said, "The value of life lies not in its duration, but in its use." I'd spent years existing. Now I wanted to live. Time is not just a number on a clock. It's the canvas of your life, and every moment you spend unconsciously is a brushstroke you'll never take back. You don't need more time. You need to remember that this is your time, right now. Not someday, not when you feel ready. Now, so tell me, what are you waiting for? What matters more than this moment? What would your future self beg you to start today? Drop your answers in the comments. Share the moment that woke you up. And if something in you stirred while listening, don't ignore it. Because awareness is the beginning of transformation. You don't have to change your whole life overnight. You just have to stop sleepwalking through it. Make today the day you choose to live with intention, the day you stop counting time and start making it count.